The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I want to see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, now how about this return? And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And his throw is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Hoffman. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and a couple. First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guy?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. When you look at this defense, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The visitors' offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's been one of the main focal points of this unit throughout the season, no doubt. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL in terms of receptions by a wideout. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. There was a great article in the paper yesterday about how he likes to run angry. Plays like that, you can feel it, can't you?
As long as he doesn't drive angry, we're okay. Because when he's on the field, that anger works for him. It fuels him, it powers him, and the end result runs like that.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Back to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle they go. Forbes. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Forbes 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Trying to build on that opening drive touchdown, but the drive stalls out. And then you get the missed field goal here, so they wind up with nothing to show from drive number 2.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
In motion, the tight end. Off play action. Webster. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. In motion right, that's Dell. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Back out comes San Antonio. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
They were the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
This offense making its way back out, led by their wide receiver. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked second in the NFL at this point in the season.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. 2nd and 9 now. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
From the gun on 3rd down, Webster. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Back out comes San Antonio. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Forbes. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this back out on.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
At the 31-yard line.
Up the middle they go. McKinney, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Looking to throw. Webster. That is caught, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Call that a gain of 11.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a handoff up the middle. It's McKinney as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Webster. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
In motion right, that's Dell.
From the gun on 3rd down. Webster. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another 1st down.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
At the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. Webster. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
And 2 at the 9-yard line.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Checking this down to Stevenson.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown!
Ramondre Stevenson.
His first touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. One more go for this offense in the first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. Going underneath to the tight end Green. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And that one will be no good. He never had it online. It's well wide to the left, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
A final shot before break. Webster. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Powering his way forward.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him.
Down to the 10.
And touchdown. A big play there. 67 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
In motion right, that's Dell.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Got his man, Dell.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Webster.
That's complete to Dell.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Back to throw now on first down.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
It's brought in by Harris. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 1 now.
That's the gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Again, it's Stevenson.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Back to throw. Webster.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Looking to throw. Webster.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Back to throw. Webster. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. Looking to throw. Webster. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are going to take the lead.
So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Back out comes San Antonio. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Up the middle they go. Forbes. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And they bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier here.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
From the gun on 3rd down. Webster going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Operating from the gun. Webster. He finds his man. Complete. That's Harris. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
On the handoff, Stevenson.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2, just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands, and yes, indeed, they pick up the 1st down.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out. And that'll...
Again, brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
Now a handoff. Stevenson.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down. Webster dancing to his left. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the RPO, that's complete right side. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
Off the play fake. Webster. And he's got his target, Harris. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. That's good for 28 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Back to throw. Webster. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Stevenson.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Stevenson again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the San Antonio first down.
They'll run on first down. Forbes. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
From the 46, here's second down and 7.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
He'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's brought down. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Back to throw here. Going underneath to the tight end Green. So the completion gets him just a yard. And it's second down. They'll look to throw again. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Pryor has it complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down. Looking to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 18-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Holding offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
He finds his man complete. That's McKinney.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
A gain of 3 brings up second down.
Second and long. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Looking to throw. Webster. And that is incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick from the 41. Here's second down and 2.
Brings up second and 2 at the 41.
They'll look to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
Now second and 5.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The offense on third down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Steps away to his left. They go for it on fourth down and come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. It's McKinney.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
Out of the gun now on third down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he takes. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were spurred on by a strong